Hi there, I'm Birgit O'Connor and welcome to my studio. For this lesson, I just wanted to show you how you can easily create clouds. Nothing difficult, it's very simple. I'm going to show you two different techniques, working wet on dry, and then the other one is wet into wet. We're only going to focus on clouds. We're not going to do any masterpiece. We're going to keep it very simple and something that's very manageable for you. So let's get started and have some fun.
There's a couple ways I can do this. I can use the belly of the brush by holding my brush more horizontally and barely touching the paper. And now I've changed it a little bit. I can do this. Now I think a lot of you are probably doing something like that. Then I'll take a number 30 brush, get it wet, remove some of the extra water. Let's see if you can see that. Just tap it on there. And then I don't necessarily want these hard lines, so I'm going to soften. Now I kind of like the effect there, but let's say I want some color in this. I'm going to use a 14, and let's see, maybe I'll get a little yellow ochre in there. Now that can also mix into greens, which we don't want. I'll take a little burnt sienna, pop that in there. I'm going on the bottom. I could also take a little purple, neutralize it. I don't want to get rid of all of my white. Then I'm going to take my 30, remove the extra water, and just touch a few of the edges. Now this paper is going to dry differently. So now here I'm trying to think, how much water do I want on my little piece of paper here to create that sky? You want cumulus clouds. I was trying to decide, do I want an even layer or a lot of water? I'm going to go ahead and get some water on here. Then I'm going to use a 20. I'm going to get a bit more color. Remember, the blue that I'm using is whatever I had close to me. Let's get some color in here. I'm going to lift the paper up. That would also create some rain if I wanted. I could either get some soft clouds by doing it this way. That would be kind of fun. Just getting some color in there. Then I personally like to take my little cheap towels. I don't need anything very expensive. I don't need Viva. I don't need any of those other ones. I'm going to curl this up. And I like the effect here. Then I'm going to go ahead and just move it around, because I don't want to stamp the same pattern everywhere. So I'm going to be moving it. Okay, and once we have it like that, I'm going to lift my paper up like this. I'm going to add a little more water if I need to. Let's just add water in here because it's going to find all the edges to the clouds. Maybe let's add a little bit more down here. I like this effect down here. Okay, so I've got some other colors here. The other thing we can do is turn it around. Just because I didn't want to, I don't know what I wanted to do. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to lift a few of these out. If I wanted to add more color or water into it, I can. Do you see how I'm holding it at an angle? Yeah. Then, like here, this is getting a little drier. If I add anything, it's going to bloom. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead. Let's do that again. You're going to see exactly. You see how we're getting this in here, and then it's, well, hopefully you'll see it. I've got a little chunk of color on there, so that's not perfect. So hopefully you can see how much we can work with this. Then I'm letting that color find those edges again. And if I don't like that and I want to add that or change that, I'm going to take a damp brush. I think that works out all right. Again, it's the tilt. Okay, and then down here, do I want to add more color into it? I think what I'll do is lighten this as I go down. And then what I'm seeing, I'm going to take a look at what's working on here. What do I want to change? Is there anything I want to change? And I think that's kind of interesting like that. Okay, I could add a little more color if I wanted to. I could come in now with a slightly smaller brush. And if I don't like the shape of that, if it's getting away from it, I'm going to actually press a little harder and maybe lift a little color out there, you know, so we have lots of different things we can do. And then what I'm going to do is look for any areas that I might want to enhance and just continue.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you now have a better idea how you can easily create clouds and add them to your own paintings. So until next time, have fun and happy painting.